Hi guys, hello. Hi everyone. This is Marina Shepelsky and I'm coming live to you today. My contact information is on the bottom. I'm about to connect to Instagram as well. Okay, running a little bit late. I had a court hearing today before this, so that ran a little late. Waiting for people to join and post your questions. Post your questions in the comments. I will answer them during the show. And I'm connecting on Instagram. All right. Happy to be here with you guys. Hi, everyone. My hair looks a little messy. All right. Hi. Joseph says hello. Good morning, my lovely friend. Hello, Joseph. Thank you for always watching. Waiting for Instagram to connect. For those of you who don't know, I'm an immigration attorney with 20 plus years of experience. I practice in U.S. immigration law since 2003. And I have a law firm of other attorneys who practice immigration law. Everyone is very experienced. We have a great team. So if you have any questions specifically on your case, feel free to call our office and set up a consultation. Just letting you know that nothing I say in the show is meant to be legal advice to you. It's just information that I am willing to share, and I would love to share with you guys, explain to you how the processes work. And that's all this is. For a detailed consultation, give us a call. All right, so now that I see people are joining, good morning. Hello, hi, how are you, Brian? Good morning, Brian. All right, I'm going to start with our news. There's news today. And there's a lot of news because I haven't seen you guys in 2 weeks. I had a court hearing last week too, so I couldn't do this show on Wednesday. But there's a lot of news, and let's start with talking about what's going on in U.S. immigration right now. Okay, so let's go. So first of all, there's a new program called Welcome Core that the State Department has created so that people can actually become sponsors for new refugees. And I see that Natalia wants to be in my show and asking to go live with me. I'm not prepared right now because I'm talking about news. Ask me in like 10 minutes. I'll be happy to do it with you. Okay, so this Welcome Course is a program where you can sign up to be a sponsor for people that are coming in from Ukraine, from Cuba, Venezuela, any type of refugees that are applying for humanitarian parole. People are asking to cross the border now. And of course, you probably heard that there's a new program and a new app you can download that's also in the news that you can download on your phone. And if you download the app, it's called CBP1. You download that. Once you're in Mexico, you have to be in Mexico. And if you download it, you can apply for permission to have an interview about your asylum, and you'll get an interview assigned to you. You'll be scheduled for an interview. You have to use this app, and it's great. So if you want to become a sponsor for some of these refugees that don't have anyone to sponsor them, and this is one of the conditions of this app, when you apply for an interview for asylum at the border, you need to have a sponsor. So Department of State created this Welcome Core program that allows a community-led approach for the general public to become active sponsors for our asylum system. They're looking for money to cover costs of resettlement. They're also looking for people who will be responsible for creating a support plan that provides employment, housing, and school enrollment for new refugees in their first 90 days. And they will start in the first phase to apply to refugees who already have been approved for resettlement in the US, and they're hoping to allow people to start sponsoring those people who are not yet in the country. And they're hoping to match 10,000 private sponsors with at least 5,000 refugees in the first year of this program. It's a big project, so that's in the news. We spoke about the app that you can download on your phone if you have somebody applying to ask for asylum at the border. That's big, and that's already something that people started using, but it's still very glitchy. They're still working on it. It's a new app. So people are complaining that when they fill it out and they upload their information, they get knocked out and they have to start over from the beginning. So that's definitely also something that's problematic, but it's good that there's now an app. It makes things much more streamlined, much more simple. To instead of like just showing up at the border and standing there, you can be in a hotel and apply in Mexico. You have to be in Mexico on your Mexican SIM card phone. So you download the app, CBP1, and you use it to apply. Now, immigration is always connected to the economy and the politics here, right? So right now, the technical industries such as Amazon and Google is laying off tens of thousands of employees. Amazon said they're laying off 18,000 employees, mostly though they said in like their human resources and administrative teams. And Google says that they're laying off, they actually already announced it, and they will be laying off 12,000 employees, becoming the latest tech giant, the technical giant, to make these massive job cuts. They sent out an email to all its foreign workers in the United States right now, saying they will be pausing applications for PERM. PERM is permanent labor certification, the first step of an employee green card process. So how this works is the company first advertises a job and has to show that they couldn't find an American worker to fill the position advertised. They put all this together in a report and apply to the U.S. Department of Labor to get certified for this job and to be able to then file for the employee with immigration. So this takes months and takes effort. And Google said in their email to foreign workers that mass layoffs across the tech industry made it more difficult for Google to be able to obtain PERM certification for their workers. They said with a number of tech companies announcing reductions in their workforce, that includes hiring pauses and layoffs, there has been an increase in people looking for jobs, the company said. As a result, they, along with other tech companies, have seen a notable increase in the number of PERM cases being audited by the Department of Labor for technical roles, which is because now more people are looking for jobs. So now that there's people who flooded the market, it's very difficult to say you can't find any U.S. workers and you need a foreign worker. So since American people are being laid off, this affects hiring for the foreign workers, of course. So this was in the news, and I'm just bringing this information to you guys. Let me say hello to a few of my friends who are just joining. F Baby says good morning to a great attorney. Thank you so much. Post your questions. I'm going to start answering them shortly, okay? Thank you. Thank you for watching. All right. So final thing that I want to discuss that's in the news is this new permanent green card extension. So for anybody that has a 2-year green card, obtains a conditional green card based on marriage to a U.S. citizen. That's 2 years, and then you have to file for removal of conditions. To get the 10-year green card, you file Form I-751. Well, this week, immigration announced that they will now automatically extend your 2-year green card by 4 years, 48 months, which means they're giving themselves 4 years to get you the 10-year green card. This is ridiculous, of course. And AILA, the organization that I'm a big part of, American Immigration Lawyers Association, just brought a mass lawsuit against USCIS. Let me tell you about for the delays, but it's mostly, I'm going to tell you what it's for. It's not for like everything for that's being delayed. It's let me see. I'm just going to tell you what the delays, the specific delays that they're challenging are. This is for waivers only, okay? So they're saying that, so AILA brought a lawsuit for all, on behalf of all the people who filed I-601 and I-601A waivers. Those are the waivers when it's a family petition and the beneficiary had unlawful presence. Like they were here for a long time without status, and then they're asking for a waiver. So these delays are causing big problems for family petitions, especially for people who are in immigration court with these family petitions. So they brought a challenge lawsuit, and I'm hoping that somebody is going to soon bring a lawsuit for the asylum delays. The delays in asylum are crazy. So I really hope that that's going to happen soon. And if you have an asylum case, you've been waiting since 2014, 2015, 16, 17, it's really taking you a long time, right? Give us a call. Let's talk about your options. Generally, there's 3 options. Number 1, if it's really medically affecting you, you get a letter from your doctor or psychologist or psychiatrist saying the waiting is making you very sick and you should be scheduled because you have a hardship. Waiting for you specifically is really affecting you badly, giving you a bad problem. Or ask your congressman to get involved. Sometimes they help with this. And finally, if that doesn't work, you can, in certain places, ask USCIS to put you on the short waiting list, meaning if they have somebody cancel an interview, they'll just call you at the last possible minute. And you got to be ready with your interpreter and your case, your whole story, all the evidence, and you can go to the interview like next morning at 7 a.m. If none of that works, those are the usual 3 options, not the best options, but those are the options. Then you sue them. And if you'd like help with that, give us a call. We can help you bring a lawsuit, writ of mandamus, for like your 6-year waiting period for asylum. So I'm going to jump into answering questions. It's Shiva Aurora is asking me, how long does I-360 VAWA take to be approved? It is 3 years right now. And as always, I'm going to go onto the USCIS website for you and check the processing times. And you can also do it yourself. I'm going to bring up on my YouTube channel the link where you can go. On the YouTube and Facebook, you'll see this on your screen. You basically go to uscis.gov and click on processing times. Then you have to choose your, one second, you have to choose your form number. And then you drop down the menu to see, like this, in this particular question is the I-360. And then you choose that it's VAWA. And then you say it's always Vermont Service Center. You see it's 32 months. So I say to people like 32 months to 3 years. Plus, you got to give extra time if you file the green card application. So it's going to take longer. I'm going to jump into my questions, and I'm going to leave the link for the processing times for now on the bottom, okay? The question is from Lubana, America. She says, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I am in India. Should I need to go back to the country across the border? Well, they definitely will need proof that you're planning to settle in America. So that's going to be important. You don't have to go back right now to US, but eventually you'll have to, because at the interview, you're going to have to say that you're planning to move with your husband or with your wife to America. Okay, so okay, the same person is asking, what do I need for a VAWA-based green card? Great question. We do a lot of VAWAs. VAWA is short for Violence Against Women Act. It's a law that men and women can use if they're married to an abuser. If your spouse treats you badly financially, verbally, insults you, calls you names, makes you feel bad. If you feel bad in this marriage, they make you feel bad, you are abused, and you can file for VAWA, I-360 petition. You need to show three major things. Number one, you prove this was a real marriage for life, for love, for family, not for papers. How do they check? They want to see that you created joint documents, which means tax returns, leases, bank statements, credit card statements, photos, pictures together with family and friends, or just the two of you in different times, in different clothes, different dates. All of that is evidence of our first part, good faith marriage. Number two, abuse. Now, this part is different for many people. For somebody, it's text messages and lots of, Telegram, whatever, however you communicate with your spouse, and you can see they were writing bad things to you, threatening you, calling you names, whatever it is. For some people, it's a video. And then for the video, we do freeze shots, and then we do screen prints, and we print out. Like I had one guy, he filed a case with us from Algeria, where his wife was American, and she was hitting him, and his friend was over, and he was filming this. So there's a video of that. For some people, it's a police report. They went to the police and reported their spouse. For some people, it's an order of protection. Everyone we work with, we make you go to a psychologist and do therapy and get an evaluation by a therapist, by a psychologist, doctor, saying you are showing the signs of trauma. You have trauma diagnosis. For example, you show signs of anxiety, depression, you can't sleep. You're upset because of the domestic situation, all right? And the final third element is good moral character. So you have to show a police clearance letter for every place you lived more than 6 months. And if you were in the US less than 3 years, from your home country, like we asked the embassy, right? So there's the stuff for VAWA. Keto TV is asking, hi Marina, how's it going? How long does it take for VAWA? Again, I just talked about this. 3 years for VAWA, and another few months, 6 to 9 months sometimes for the I-485. He's waiting to do his fingerprints recently. How long does it take? Altogether, give yourself 3.5 years approximately. Obang Enoch is asking, hi, please. How do I get a green card through marriage without living in the USA? If I entered illegally, but my asylum proceedings has been terminated by an immigration judge. I would give us a call. My number is on the bottom of the screen. 1 second. You could see our banner here with our phone number. The phone number is 718-769-6352. You can also, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to edit this because you could text us. We have a new texting ability. One moment. Just updating this information for texting us. 215. Okay. Okay, if you want to call our office at 718-769-6352. If you want to text us, because you can text us if you're at work or whatever, and you want to not forget, just text us for a consultation, 718-215-9447. So for anybody on Instagram, next time I invite you to watch us on YouTube. You can look at your screen and see our phone number. It's super easy, our texting number, and also write down any information. And I save these videos on Instagram and YouTube for you guys to be able to watch later. So that's fine. Let's read some more questions from Instagram. We don't work with Canada immigration. We only help with immigration to United States. And I want to thank everybody for joining in and for asking these questions because this is how we learn, by talking about people's questions. Okay, NYC SMM is asking something about waivers at NVC. I don't know what that means. Just if you ask me, just type in a more clear question. I'm happy to respond. Okay, let's see what else. Good morning from Bhavesh Patel. Good morning. Ivan Petrovich is asking, is there any reform or registry bill news? No news right now, unfortunately. Marlon Samuels is asking, and I'm waving to somebody on Instagram. Good morning, Marina. Happy New Year. Does it matter if USCIS mails a hard copy receipt notice for an I-130 if I called and they tell us the receipt numbers? You need that letter. If you didn't get it, you could go to the USCIS website, do a case inquiry, type in the number, and underneath there's like a box under the case number you plug in for case inquiries. Make an e-inquiry for a duplicate notice. Make them mail you a letter. It is important. Porfirio Dio says that he finally got his advance parole. Woo! You got your advance parole. You can travel safely. Yes, you can travel. It's safe as long as your case is pending. There's no news yet. As long as you don't have any criminal history, it's safe to travel with an advance parole. Thank you for your question. All right. DTPK is asking, hello, does the legal brief make a difference? Okay, so legal brief is a letter from your attorney explaining the legal cases, right? The cases that make your facts approvable. So in other words, here's your facts, and here I'm telling the judge, like lawyer to lawyer, judge to lawyer, lawyer to judge, that we already have precedent. We have laws that make you qualify. So the judge can just use old precedent law that exists and approve your case. Now, NYC SMM is asking to talk more about the 2-year conditional green card. So what is the 2-year conditional green card? If you get your papers through marriage to a U.S. citizen or even sometimes green card holder, but at the time of your interview, your marriage is not yet 2 years old, you will get a 2-year temporary or conditional green card. Once the 2 years are up, we usually file 90 days before the 2 years are up, or less than 90 days. It could be like 80 days or 70 days. We file a special form. Form is called I-751, Petition for Removal of Conditions. That form helps the government see that you've been living together in this marriage for 2 years. So a new rule came out with USCIS that says, this is new, right? And I'm going right to their news website link, uscis.gov. It was in the news, and it was in the newsroom. One second. This came out on January 23rd, and it says USCIS extends 2-year green card validity by 48 months for people who are filing for the 2-year conditional green card, or the Form I-829 for the conditional green card for investors. So everyone who's now going to file for the removal of conditions to move to the 10-year green card, your old green card will be extended for the 48 months beyond the date your 2-year card is expiring. They're doing this as of January 11, 2023, because the current processing times are taking about 3.5 to 4 years. Now, if you're filing right now, you will get a new updated receipt notice for your Form I-751, where it will say that the new petition extends your old green card by 48 months, and the new receipt notice will be issued for people who already received a letter before with less time, okay? So you will probably receive something. If not, don't worry, automatically you will be extended. Now, they also clarify what happens if you want to travel with your green card. They're saying that you need to present your receipt notice that says the 48 months plus your expired green card when you travel or you need it for work. You can present the green card with the letter from USCIS about the 48 months as evidence of continued status. And this is so while the case remains pending. So while it's pending, you do this and you are authorized to work and travel for 48 months from the date of the 2-year green card expiration. Now, this is bad because if you think about it, it's now taking them much longer to process this. And remember that for people who are married to a U.S. citizen and they have a green card, even the temporary green card, for 3 years, they can now file for U.S. citizenship. Well, this means that you file for U.S. citizenship, but you still won't get your green card for another 3 years. This is really annoying, super annoying. These delays are out of control, okay? Emily is asking what to do if you need a green card through marriage. Thank you for asking. I love talking about these processes, right? If you need a green card through marriage, you get copies of your passport, visa, divorces, birth certificate, all that. Then your spouse's birth certificate, U.S. passport, naturalization certificate, any proof of their citizenship, any divorces for your spouse. Then, of course, we need the marriage certificate for you too. And we've been doing this lately, get together copies of your joint tax returns. Any bills that have 2 names on them, your bank account in 2 names, your credit card in 2 names, your insurance policies in 2 names, any cards you get like dental insurance or anything that gives you 2 cards in 2 names, make a copy, put this with your package. You need to prepare forms, Form I-130, Form I-130A, Form I-485, Form I-765 for work permit, I-131 for an advance parole, and you file it with USCIS. Give us a call. We can help you do this because it's really complicated and there's no way you're going to be able to do this on your own, in my opinion. Thank you. Now, also, I forgot to mention affidavit of support should be included by your spouse and the financials to make them eligible to be a sponsor. Porfirio is clearing up the fact that he's going to use his advance parole and asking me what to do if you're denied at the port of entry. You're not going to be denied. Don't worry. Somebody here, Hadis Hilaire, says 99% is fake marriages, and you know this. I disagree. I don't know this. This is not true. Sometimes people do fake marriages for money, and you know this too. I know this, but it doesn't mean that we work with people who do fake marriages, and it's pretty easy to tell. And we don't work with people who tell us, at least, that their marriage is fake. If you tell us, we're not going to work with you. But it's not my business if they don't tell us. I'm not going to go to somebody's house. That's on them, because everyone we work with, we warn that the government can come to your house and check if your marriage is real. Yasser Ibrahim says, hi, Marina. This is on YouTube. I applied for labor certification, PERM, in April 30, 2001, under Section 245I. I have proof I was here. I came in with a B1 and then did a B1 extension from December 2000 to June 2001. My lawyer says I need a new sponsor. Right. So listen, for people asking about this amnesty from 2001, it's called the 245I amnesty. you need a new green card application to use this amnesty to forgive the fact that you've been here illegally. You can't just file it by itself. It's an amnesty for when you need the green card. So you got to show that you need a new green card. That means you need to file. So you need a company to file on your behalf a work green card petition, I-140. Then you can put in your I-485 or green card, and that waiver, the amnesty is a waiver. If you don't have a new way of asking for, like a new petition asking for a green card, this is useless by itself. Okay. Lola Muamia is asking, hello, Marina. How do you think what are the chances of TPS for Ukraine to get an updated data physical presence in the US? So far, it's as of 11th of April, for example, to apply for TPS in 2023. What do you think? I think that something is coming, my personal opinion, but I don't read this anywhere. There's no news about this. There's no updates. There's nothing formal that I can show you, but I think they will update it because the war is continuing. Jimmy says, hi, Marina. Hello. Ivan is asking on YouTube, if a TPS person married to a US citizen in USA, will they need to go to the interview? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Certain people, USCIS has started waiving interviews, not asking for an interview. And that's when you can prove the marriage with a lot of papers that you put into the package initially. So if you put in your package joint tax returns, joint pictures, everything that I just mentioned, you have having no interview. It's called an interview waiver. Okay. Another question is, what's the score do you have of approvals for EB3 visas as of right now? EB3 is perm. We've had a lot of good history with that. Give us a call for consultation if you have a company to sponsor you. We'll be happy to tell you more about it. I'm going to go through my questions and try to wrap up because I have the next live soon on my Russian language channel. Always, they told me after I done my account with USCIS, they said by email that I paid the wrong fees. Give us a call to straighten this out. It's not something I can tell you here in the show. Joseph says, Marina, it's you I want to see or talk to. When is a good time to talk to me? Give us a call. Schedule a consultation with me personally. My consultations are $400, and I'm very much in demand, but you can also talk to any of our team. We're all doing the same thing. They're great. They're $250. Withholding, is there a way to adjust it? With withholding of removal, you need a new circumstance change. For example, you marry a US citizen and they have hardship. We can help you if you get married to a US citizen. That's something we can help you with. Amelia is asking, what is the difference between a green card and citizenship? Great question. There's a good TikTok I did on this. Basically, with a green card, you can live here, you can travel with a green card, you won't have to leave, and you don't even need a work permit. You just need the green card to work here legally. But you cannot leave US for more than a year. If you leave US, you lose your green card. You cannot vote. You cannot vote, and you don't have a US passport, which means you're still a citizen of, let's say, Ukraine or Pakistan. And some countries require, even if you have an American green card, for you to get a visa, because you're not a US citizen, you're still a citizen of Pakistan. So to travel to that country, you'll need a visa. Now, if you are a US citizen, you have a blue American passport. Now you don't need a visa to many countries that don't require visas for Americans. You can vote in the American elections. You can leave United States and live abroad for years and nothing will happen to you. I've met people who live in Panama and Costa Rica for the last 15 years. They're still American citizens. They will never lose their citizenship. And you can file for family members much quicker if you are a US citizen. Okay, last question, and then I gotta run. Jimmy says, I've been married for over 3 years. I just applied for I-485, I-765, but our marriage is not working. We may end up divorcing. Can I go to the interview myself after divorce? Your opinion. If your I-130 was already approved, and you just go into the interview for a green card and work permit, yes. But if you didn't get approval yet for your I-130 petition, and they schedule an interview for the I-130, I-485, you will get denied. Give us a call. We might talk about VAWA, and you may qualify for VAWA. Or if you don't have time to talk, text us for your consultation at 718-215-9447. That's a texting line to talk about scheduling your consultation. Okay, Ismail says, good morning from Philadelphia. Hello. Can you please talk about your new deferred action for victims of labor violation? Thank you. I will do a separate show about that, okay? I don't have time to talk about it today. Hello, my favorite lawyer, says Kamuje from Atlanta. I love it, Atlanta. And we have clients from Atlanta, and we appear in the Atlanta Immigration Court. So if you need us in Atlanta or anywhere in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, anywhere in the United States, we would love to help you. NYC is asking if she will need to wait more than 2 years to apply for U.S. citizenship once you have the 3 years of conditional green card. You can apply for citizenship and the 10-year green card at the same time, right? But it will take a long time to be approved, okay? And you won't get approved for citizenship until they're ready to approve you for the green card. So even when you apply for citizenship, it's not going to take you 8 months or a year. It's going to take you 3 years until they're done, or 4 years now, until they're done with and ready to interview you on the I-751. And you can, U.S. doesn't forbid having 2 citizenships, but of course they don't want you to do it. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Enjoy your week. I thank you for watching me. Tune in next time and subscribe to our channel on YouTube if you want to be the first to know about our next lives where you can ask these questions. Share this with your friends so they can get an opportunity to ask their questions. Also find us on Instagram, Shepelsky.attorney, and you can ask questions there. And I have completely different content on YouTube and Instagram. So if you're watching me on YouTube, tomorrow there'll be a completely different video on Instagram about a different topic in immigration law. So watch both, subscribe to both. Thank you so much, and find us on TikTok where I do little dances sometimes, all right? Take care, everyone. Have a great afternoon, and the